Millions of golfers have rolled in and out of Ireland, touching down in Dublin or Shannon, slinging their luggage and golf bags into buses or minivans, and chasing the adventure of links golf. The greatness that's sprinkled throughout the vast coastline of seaside ruins, cliffs and causeways, raucous dunes, toe-tapping tunes, one little town to the next. On this journey to Ireland, we've opted to hunker down in Dublin. There are 100 courses within a 1-hour drive of the city center. We're playing the best of the bunch. Royal Dublin, St. Anne's, The Island, Portmarnock, and we have a memorable meal at Sutton Golf Club. We tour Croke Park, research my Irish heritage, find a perfect pint of Guinness, and we rinse away a hangover with a cold plunge in the Dublin Bay. As for where we stayed, I'm in Tara's The Marker Hotel, where Michael Davern is the general manager.
So we have 187 bedrooms across 6 floors. The rooftop is a unique selling point for us. It's really, really exciting because you have a 360 panoramic view of the city. On the second floor, we have a wonderful spa, lovely swimming pool, 5 treatment rooms, so a great place for a golfer's massage.
Did someone say golf? We start this day and our trip at Royal Dublin, a 15-minute drive from the Marker. It's conveniently located and served as the former home of the great Christy O'Connor, an Irish icon and World Golf Hall of Famer. I was hosted by Barry Dillon, the club's president.
I mean, we're so privileged to be able to play on that turf out there. It's just exceptional.
Founded in 1885, the Dublin Golf Club received royal delegation in 1891 and has hosted over 50 professional and amateur Irish championships. This Harry Colt original design recently underwent some extensive bunker renovations and relocations. Barry and I are joined by Frank Pont of Clayton de Vries & Pont, which oversaw the work. Touching Harry Colt, there's some pressure there, yeah?
The 35th Harry Colt course I worked on, so.
No kidding.
Yeah. But there's always pressure because Royal Dublin is, one of the premier clubs of Ireland. They wanted the bunkers done, and it's always difficult beforehand, and you know that, Barry. It's always hard to explain what's exactly going to happen.
Sure.
But the members were very nice, very nice. I mean, obviously everybody was a bit apprehensive about what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
it's the same in trying to get 600 people to agree to anything. It's not going to work.
You just need a majority, right?
But it was interesting. We did get a good, strong majority in the end. I was happy with that anyway.
Yeah.
Harry Colt has his name associated with some of the best in the world. Muirfield, Royal County Down, and Royal Portrush, just to name a few. The idea that you've worked on so many Harry Colt courses, what made him so great?
Well, he was prolific, and pretty much everything he did was very good.
As for the new bunkers?
Yeah, that's a good one. Go, 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 go.
Was it perfectly obvious to have Frank do what you guys wanted to do to Royal Dublin because of his expertise in Colt?
No, not initially. We went out to tender for 4 different architects, and Frank and CDP, or Clayton de Vries & Pont, were the clear winners on the presentation. So it was a no-brainer at that stage, yes. And the finish speaks for itself.
I've been to many clubs, and I must say I've never been treated as nicely as I've been treated here. I'm almost worried because you have to have at least 10% of the people not like it. And it's literally something Alistair Mackenzie said, if everybody likes it, you probably did something wrong.
So you screwed it up, Frank.
I know.
Good job.
I'm worried.
Way to go,
I'm worried.
Frank. For the birdie. For the birdie!
Did you get that?
Amazing.
This is hole number 16, Matt. Shortish par 4. Legendary finish by Christy O'Connor in the 1966 Carl's International, where Eric Brown was in the clubhouse 3 ahead, and Christy had 3 holes to play. So he was ordering the champagne. But Christy went eagle, birdie, eagle to finish 2 ahead. As I say, he was at the peak of his career at that stage and inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2009.
Wow. This is already my favorite hole and I haven't even played it yet.
Well, that's why it's always important to have short par fours on a course.
Yeah. Get in. Oh!
It's good that it went in.
Birdie.
Good.
For the love of Christy O'Connor.
I know.
Well played.
I know.
You
You got
remember the
the
16.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Get in.
That's a
Same
pity.
position
Almost
again. Same
as good as
position
that
again.
of Barry's.
Oh, we lost to the top man.
I know.
No shame
I know.
in that.
No
I
shame,
know.
no
Well,
shame.
it's not that we didn't try.
Among its many points of interest, Royal Dublin shares the always evolving and growing Bull Island with St. Anne's Golf Club. St. Anne's is one of the 53 true links courses in Ireland, and in 2003, after an extensive renovation to the course and clubhouse, it makes for a great Dublin Bay double. I've always known a wee bit about my Irish roots. I've known my great-grandfather emigrated from County Clare, but that's about it. That would all change after a trip to the Epic Irish Immigration Museum. Epic. Every person is connected, and a nod to the epic journeys Irish immigrants have made, my great-grandparents being just a few.
So we have over 70 million people claim to be of Irish descent. We often hear people say that I'm Irish. So many people say they're Irish, but something like 35% can prove it. Proving is more a fun thing, but actually putting together their family tree, which can be very emotional for people.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm Irish.
Well, today I think you might prove it.
At Europe's leading tourist attraction from 2019 through 2021, you get to swipe, swirl, listen, learn, watch, and dance your way through history, stamping your passport along the way.
It's time now. You're very welcome to find out more about your Family History Centre. So I'm going to introduce you to Kaylee.
We're diving into the history of your Ireland and your Irish family. So the information you had was amazing because it came firsthand from your own grandmothers. We went in then and we dug around a little bit and we found some of the original records. So we're going to show those to you today.
I know I'm of Irish descent.
Yeah.
This to me is pretty untapped. Other than I know that I'm Irish, and when I'm in Ireland, I feel at home.
So to get started, I think I'm just going to show you the woman who kind of started it all. So your grandmother. These are your grandparents. You recognize some of these names?
Oh my God, this is amazing.
And we are seeing your grandmother as a 16-year-old with her parents, and these two, your great-grandparents, they were the ones born in Ireland. Now, I want to show you something that I think is just incredible. So, your second great-grandfather was Michael, yeah. So this is a man who was 30 years old during the Great Famine. To survive that is incredible because you would have been the last person to be handed food. If you were a 30-year-old working-age man, the food went to the children and the women first and the older people. So he didn't just survive that, but he went on to survive well into his 80s, raised this whole family, bought his own farm.
It's blowing my mind.
He can read and write, and that is unheard of at this time. He went to what was called a hedge school. They were literally a school in a hedge, a hidden secret school. You weren't supposed to be sending Catholic children to school. So he learned to read and write, probably in his neighbouring field. So it is just the most incredible story of resilience and strength.
He was a badass, is what
He was a badass. See this little house right in here? So I'm going to zoom in. We're looking at the original homestead of your family, and this is 1850. This is the story of how you have become who you are.
I'm literally, I'm not speechless very often,
Well,
but I'm speechless. You could turn off my mic. It's useless. It's useless. And with that, the day was done. Some dropped the mic. We simply turned mine off, had another pint, and tucked in for the night. We're back up and we're out, taking the first part of the day to find out a little more about the Irish sports culture. Our guide is Joe Canning, one of the greatest hurlers to ever play the game.
Galway looking for another one. It's Canning once again, firing it in from near the sideline. It's a miracle shot.
Hurling could be loosely described as a combination of lacrosse, soccer, field hockey, and football. We're touring Croke Park, the LA Coliseum of Ireland's Gaelic games, big events, and the occasional concert.
Welcome.
Cheers.
Matt.
Tom back, Ginella. Good to see you. How are you?
You too, you're very welcome.
Yeah, nice to see you.
We get a bit of a tour of the museum.
Joe Canning won multiple club titles for the town of Portmarnock, and he played inter-county level for Galway for 14 seasons.
We have a capacity of 82,300. Visitors, I'd say we're about 150, 160,000 people a year. You come, you can do the tour, you can walk into the museum and have a look around. We do a guided tour with you, a tour of the stadium itself, we do a tour on the roof.
In 2017, Canning, the Steph Curry of his sport, was the Hurler of the Year, and Galway won an All-Ireland, which is essentially the country's Super Bowl.
One important thing to remember that all of the players who play Gaelic games are all amateurs. There are no professionals. These are the two most famous trophies in Irish sport. The Sam Maguire Cup is presented to the winners of the All-Ireland Football Championship every year. The Lee McCarthy Cup presented to the winners of the Hurling Championship every year.
That's the Galway jersey.
That's the pride of the town.
Yeah.
And we have the Dublin one here as well.
The Dubs.
The Dubs.
Down with the Dubs. All right, lead the way, Tom. This never gets old, huh?
We run straight out here, like, and just you'd only hear the noise of the crowd then when you just get out.
Oh,
And then it's like the whole.
This is a release from the dressing room.
Yeah.
wow.
All you hear is just roaring, but you don't really hear anything, only just a noise. That's a serious adrenaline rush that you cannot replicate anywhere else.
I've heard Joe described as someone who revolutionized the game.
Joe, from the time he was a young man, was marked out as being special, as being ahead of others, of his peers.
Yeah.
Certainly one of the greats of hurling, one of the best players who ever played.
You were not only successful as an individual, but you were successful as a team for your town.
When you play team sport, it's not the individual awards or anything like that or accolades. It's all about what you do as a collective. When you play a team sport and represent your local town, your local village, your local county, it's pretty special because you know almost everybody. It's such a small area that you probably know everybody you meet after a game in the stand, and they're the people that mean so much and probably helped you along the way. So it's extra special that way.
Again, went for a goal in the first time, but materialised. He's going for it again. He's got it.
Does golf fill a little bit of this competitive void for you?
That's the hope. It's just to play it as much as I can to see how good I can get at something. And that's a competitive edge in me from a young kid that I wanted to be the best at something, whatever I done. Now, whether I'm good at it or not, doesn't really matter to me. I just want to test against myself and have a bit of crack with the lads and take a few euros or dollars off guys like you.
That sounds like a bet. And we'd settle it at the Island Golf Club, one of the great links courses in and around Dublin, which, for some reason, seems to be underappreciated. Or it was.
Yep.
Straight down the middle.
I'm joined by John Kelly, the club's general manager, who grew up roaming these dunes, and Joe Canning, of course. The game is 9-point.
Beauty.
Jesus. I think you knocked the dune over. All right, boys. This is the island. What year was this built, by the way?
In 1888, they did row a boat over from Malahide, and they seen this plot of land and they rowed across and just started playing. And we're still playing around the dunes. That's how good it is. It's so natural. I can see.
Oh,
Get down.
John Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. General manager of the island.
I'm making you feel good.
Yeah.
This could be a long day.
Yeah, this is what I get for laughing at you. Jesus. Do you feel like the island flies below the radar still, or now the word is out?
It's a secret, Matt. Don't tell anyone. Right? Don't tell anyone. Right?
I think you surprised yourself. 30, 29, 28 at the turn.
Oh, well, all the money was on the front line, wasn't it?
Is this for real? Give me a hug.
Happy days.
I go first?
The first time was oh yeah, off you go. The whole of the left-hand side is the Island Golf Club and the right-hand side is somewhere else.
What'd you say?
Somewhere else. Yeah.
Do you like Ireland as much as I do? Cheers, sláinte.
Oh, very good. Oh, it's a super shot.
Go in.
Oh, shit.
The whiskey is kicking in, boys.
Oh, looks good. Looks very good.
Oh, Joe Canning!
Camera now. Oh, yes. It's brilliant.
John, every hole is a new adventure.
Yeah.
Every hole is different. It's a different look. It's a different
You're making the hair stand up in the back of my neck.
No, but I mean, that dune was built to be a green.
No, absolutely, and it's there since 1890, and that is the thing. People have to come and play the island because it is so good, and it's been underrated for so long.
John wins by 1, 62, 61, 58.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Cheers.
From golf, it was on to one of the greatest 19-hole experiences I've ever had. They say Ireland has more than 10,000 pubs, which is an overwhelming number if you're in search of the perfect pint. So we called on some experts. The perfect pint tour is?
We showcase the best in Irish pub culture, in particular in Dublin, that showcases the best Guinness, the most authentic experience, and enjoying, I suppose, the best stout this city has to offer.
Where do you go?
So we go to a few spots. The one pub in particular we go to is called John Cavan of the Gravediggers, 1833, which is, I suppose, our family-run suburban pub. 8 generations of the family own and operate it. We go to a Victorian pub, we go to a heritage pub outside of, I suppose, the Temple Bar spots where most tourists go to. We have another pub we go to, which is Michael Collins' local. But if you go on the tour, you're going to find out more.
What are you looking for in a great pint of Guinness?
So most importantly is a settled keg, we feel. So you want your keg settled for at least 2 days, between 6 and 8 degrees, a clean glass, free from grease or dairy, and a barman who knows what he's doing. You know, it's important that when you walk in the door, you're welcomed by someone and you appreciate a good pint of Guinness.
For €110 per person, the 3-hour bus tour takes you to 4 of the best pints Dublin has to offer.
To the perfect pint.
There's no better way to rinse away the hangover from several perfect pints of Guinness than a dip into Dublin's 40-foot. I tag along with a group of locals who make this quick swim a part of their daily routine. The 40-foot is what? What's the history there?
A lot of crazy people just getting into swim. And it's grown and grown over the years.
On this day, water temperature in the Dublin Bay, 49 degrees. So this is like a daily buddies trip in the water at 6 a.m. year round.
You're not supposed to be clapping.
refreshed, which is an understatement, and reset, we'd spend the afternoon at Portmarnock, one of the most prestigious clubs in Ireland and, one could argue, the world. Host of 19 Irish Opens and the 1991 Walker Cup, Portmarnock has recently removed the words, "Who shall be gentlemen," from its constitution. And along with its first 10 female members, appointed Elaine McBride the first female general manager in the club's long and rich history.
It's an absolute honour and privilege to be part of the Portmarnock story, and crikey, what a story. It's very humbling to be part of the next chapter of the journey, to create an open and inviting, accessible environment for women to go out and enjoy their golf.
How has your reception been at Portmarnock?
It's been fabulous. I couldn't have asked for anything more. All of the members, all of the staff have been hugely welcoming. The Irish culture and welcome is second to none, and I'm saying that as a Scots person.
Who doesn't play golf and doesn't want the game to grow, right? To be healthy, to look the way it's supposed to look, feel the way it's supposed to feel.
We're all golfers at the end of the day. You know, everybody at Portmarnock's a member of Portmarnock. It doesn't matter if they're male or female, we're one golf club.
This needed to happen. It's happening, and you're a part of it.
Portmarnock is an environment which has been steeped in women's golf for an awful long time, and we shouldn't lose sight of that. We're now cementing what that really means as we move forward in the same direction, but we're just widening our arms.
Karen, playing with her today. What do you know about Karen?
I know she's full of energy. Like all of the lady members, really got involved in the golf club. I always check the tee sheet to see when the ladies are playing, and maybe just pop out and give some support or wish them well as they're teeing off.
Meet Karen O'Kelly, one of Portmarnock's 10 new female members.
Good rip.
Well
Good
done.
rip, Karen.
Good strike. Well done.
We're off. Elaine, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. Good luck for everything, and congratulations, and looking forward to sharing your story. How did you become one of these first 10 female members?
When the opportunity arose to apply to be a member of one of probably the best golf courses for sure in Ireland, it really was a no-brainer. My sons are here, my husband, and to be members with them, and my sons were so excited. That for me was huge.
I get chills for you. Oh, good up. Nice, good up and down. What do you see as the future? Is there's going to be a women's club? Is there going to be a...
No, they were very, very much saying it's not going to be a women's or a men's club, it's going to be a club.
As Portmarnock continues to evolve, so did our day, which led us to the Sutton Golf Club, the former home of Joe Carr, the great Irish amateur. I was joined by Marty Carr, Joe's son, some of our mutual friends, and Pat Bowen, one of Joe's best friends, who walked me around Sutton's Joe Carr room.
This salver was made for us in 1990, and it records all of Joe's championship wins. He won 42 championships in total.
He's the Secretariat of Amateur Golf, and he was your friend.
He was my friend. Very privileged to say so.
Yeah.
And it's my great pleasure to invite you to drink to the health of Joe Carr. Cheers.
One more toast to the Irish legends like Joe Carr, Christy O'Connor, and Joe Kenny. To pioneers like Harry Cole, Elaine McBride, Karen O'Kelly, and my great-grandparents. And here's to Dublin, one of my favorite cities in the world for golf, culture, and camaraderie.